Five back on, and neither team able to do anything with brief power plays. Here's Brian Noonan to Rick Five. Right wing pass, trying to get it in front. They do to Noonan. He shoots and somehow fails to score.
Well, I'm asking the same thing as Presley sets up Noonan beautifully in front. Noonan had the open net. For some reason, just went over his stick as Millen was on the other side.
But Pang out of the crease around to Five. He can't get the puck around Roberts. Roberts centers. Oh, shot! And what a miraculous save on Fedorov by Pang. And Fedorov gets up in the corner, peeks back and says to himself, that's in his glove? I thought the red light was on.
It was in his glove. I don't think he saw that shot. Roberts making a nice play, pinching in. Five is along the boards. Roberts keeps the puck in and makes a real nice pass right in front to Fedorov. Fedorov just tipped it, trying to beat Pang, and Pang just pulls it off with his glove.
And the former Maple Leaf Bob McGill is back. He's on with Trent Yawning. McGill from behind his own net. And the whistle stops play as again the goal behind Darren Pang has come loose. Now Raglan and McGill are going to go. Raglan mainly standing in for Doug Evans in this bout, and Raglan, who is feisty to say the least, ends up on the bottom of the pile right at center ice. And of course, historic Chicago Stadium, they've had many a big-time pro boxing match right in that same area.
Now they've seen it before. Raglan, as you said, stepping in for Doug Evans. He and McGill were pushing back and forth. Raglan steps in. McGill, obviously no newcomer to this type of event.
Cavallini slaps it ahead to Hull. Out at center ice to Fedorov. 2-on-1 with McKegney. Manson back in front to McKegney, and a sliding save by Pang, who finally covers up. Oh, what a great save by Darren Pang, and now the tempers flare as a couple of Blackhawks surround Tony McKegney. Oh, we have seen in a game that has had only 5 shots on goal, 3 or 4 great scoring chances.
I can't believe there's just the 5 shots, but a beautiful pass from Bernie Fedorov to McKegney on a 2-on-1 break. McKegney taking the shot, not even stopping it. Pang just diving across and making an excellent save. And after that, he didn't really realize where the puck was. But look at the pass from Fedorov, just a beautiful pass. McKegney trying to shovel it over Pang. Pang doesn't know where it is. Finally, Vive comes in and puts it back into Pang. Coach Brian Sutter didn't want Savard to have much room, and you can see what happens when he does. He lets go a shot from the deep slot, off the crossbar, and into the crowd.
Doug Wilson carries the puck in, drops it at the blue line for Dirk Graham. He drops it at the left point for Savard. They have the man advantage. Savard fakes a shot to Doug Wilson at the blue line. He shoots and scores. They have been deflected.
Blackhawks finally getting on the scoreboard. Doug Wilson lets go a big blast from the point. It may have hit Dirk Graham in front of the net. We talked about this power play, 5th best in the league. Savard had the puck along the boards. Nice pass to Wilson. One times at a high one. It goes right in front. There's a crowd in front of Millen. Can't really see if it was tipped or not. But a nice pass from Savard. Wilson lets it go, and there's a crowd of about 4 people in front of the net. Millen can't see the puck at all. Dirk Graham's to the right to Greg Millen. I believe it may have took Graham and gone in the net. A power play goal for the Hawks and a 1-0 lead.
There'll be a penalty. A penalty coming up to Bernie Fedorov. Well, now they'll go off. Tilly goes off, replaced by Richter. So it's Richter, Roberts, Zezel, and Herkus killing the penalty. Doug Wilson carries the puck to center ice, shoots it in. Ends up in the corner. Vive there. Zezel intercepts, can't clear. Doug Wilson steps up, lets the blast go, deflected, loose in front, a shot, they score! Rick Vive!
Now Chicago comes back again. The puck's at the point. Doug Wilson lets it go. Millen's down. Can't see the puck at all. Vive right where he should be, right in front of that net. Dave Richter's down on the ice. Nothing he can do. Vive puts it into the open net for his 11th goal of the season. 2nd power play goal of the evening for the Hawks. It's Vive again in front. Roberts and Richter are there. Millen's down on the ice. Richter's down on the ice. Vive just puts it into the open net. 2-0 lead, Chicago.
Face off at center ice with the puck The Blackhawks losing it to Paul Cavallini. Paul Cavallini doing some bumping with Bob Bassett, who shot a long one, saved by Millen. Now the Hawks throwing their weight around. Benning in his own end, crunched by Sutter. Puck in the Blackhawks zone, and it's played up to Sanipass on the wing. He's stopped. Then McKegney knocked down by Bassett, who's a very good defensive player. Puck still in the Chicago zone along the near boards, and Bassett brings it to center ice. A pass to Dwayne Sutter. He moves around. Benning shoots. He scores. Dwayne Sutter.
Dwayne Sutter moving in on the blue line, going around Brian Benning. But 2-on-1, he elects to shoot, beats Millen top, glove hand side, right underneath the crossbar, hits the post and goes in. Dwayne Sutter, his third goal of the year, gives the Blackhawks a 3-0 lead. And things in the National Hockey League can change pretty quick.
The puck off the board. Gingras plays it in front, all alone. Zezel, he shoots. Oh, a save by Pang on Peter Zezel.
Well, Zezel makes the right move here on a nice play by Gaston Gingras. Pang was down. Zezel gets the puck right in front of him. Zezel takes his time, but a nice play by Gaston Gingras to keep the puck in. Moves toward the net, sees Zezel in front. Zezel stops it, realizes Pang's down, so he's going to pull it back. The only thing, he couldn't get it up over the fallen Pang. And then Zezel was taken out of the play. Pang makes the big save again. The Blues trying to wonder what they have to do to get the puck in the net. Again, an excellent play by Gaston Gingras, keeping the puck in. Zezel making the right move. Took his time, just couldn't get it up over Pang. So happening to the right of goaltender Greg Millen behind the net. As Cavallini comes in with a high arm, I guess it could be an elbow. Takes down Larmer. Savard comes in after that from behind, puts Cavallini into the boards.
I call that, Bruce, an elbowing penalty to Gino Cavallini and a boarding penalty to Denis Savard if I'm wearing a striped shirt.
I would have to agree with you. After seeing it on the replay, there's no question about it. Two of them could have gone off for penalties.
Richter and Gingras. Paul gets the puck, shoots. That hits a leg, goes into the corner. Zezel, good use of the body, centers, and McKegney scores. Oh, give Peter Zezel a lot of credit. And there's the goal that Bruce Affleck was hoping for. Tony McKegney to cut the Blackhawks lead to 3-1. But boy, Zezel made that play. He gave Steve Conroy a bump, and then he owned the puck.
Now we talk about winning the face-offs in the corners. That's what happens. Zezel goes in. He makes a nice bump and then finds Tony McKegney in front. McKegney finds the net, far stick side. McKegney getting his 9th goal of the year. But Zezel, what else can you say as he goes in against Conroy? Conroy's the bigger man. Zezel was stronger on that play, and he feeds a nice pass on top of it. McKegney giving the Blues a big goal here with 4:05 remaining. What can you say about Peter Zezel?
What a marriage that'll be. 3 minutes to go in the period from the face-off. Doug Wilson shoots and scores.
Now we talk about how important face-offs are. Savard gets it, face-off over to his winger, back to Wilson. Wilson lets go a shot. It would have been wide. And it hits one of the Blues in front and beating Millen, changing direction completely. Wilson gets the credit for the goal. It will be his 8th of the season. The Hawks have a 4-1 lead.
Penalty box. Now back in the Blues zone to Brian Benning. He fans. Graham all alone in front. He fakes. He shoots. And Millen has the puck. How about that? Millen makes the save on Graham, and Graham thought it was in and checks with a goal judge. And again, Bruce Affleck, Brian Benning having a very, very tough time on that play. Thomas, who clears the center ice. Tilly tries to shoot it back in, can't. Then Thomas sidesteps Tilly with Savard. 2-on-1. Roberts back to Savard. He shoots and scores. Denis Savard.
Talked about the defense pinching. That's what happened. The Blues pinched and cost them. A nice 2-on-1 play here as Thomas finds Savard on the 2-on-1 play. Savard just putting it into the net. getting his 12th goal of the season. But Thomas, a nice play, getting it under defenseman Gordy Roberts. Savard just one time, and his Millen couldn't get across on the net. They said the Blues were going to have to start pinching, and that's exactly what happened on that play. The Blues defenseman pinched. Tom Tilley went in, and it cost him as the Hawks had a 2-on-1.
Puck. Pass broken up. Richter gets it ahead. Zezel, a backhand shot. Pang the save. Zezel behind the net. Centers, hits the back of the net. Centers again. Oh, McKegney shoots and scores. Tony McKegney, his second goal of the night, and again, the great effort behind the goal by Peter Zezel. Oh, what a gem he is.
Great work by Zezel behind the net. Tried to pass the first time, and he got taken out of the play. But he stuck with it behind the net. McGill took him out the first time. Does the turnaround, comes back and gets the puck. Puts it out in front to McKegney. Then McKegney does some fine work, taking it on his backhand, going to his forehand, beating Pang. The low stick side. McKegney's second goal of the game, his 10th of the season. But you got to go back to Peter Zezel. What work he does. He missed the first pass, gets taken out by McGill, who's a big defenseman for the Hawks. And he comes back and gets it to McKegney, and McKegney finding the net.
And passes the puck to his former Maple Leaf teammate Steve Thomas, who comes to center ice, and he can't get around defenseman Benning. Now Thomas wants to fight Benning, and they're going to go at it against the far boards. Let's see what Benning can do. We know he's got to do something. He's got a bear hug with his left arm on Steve Thomas, and the linesmen come in. I don't believe that Brian Benning has too many stripes on his sleeve in the boxing department, but he certainly wasn't backing down. It's the second time tonight he hasn't backed down. Run by Herkus, but Herkus is checked, and the Hawks controlling their own end. McGill shoots the puck out. There'll be a penalty. Vive sent sprawling, and at center ice there'll be a fight. Evans is on the bottom of the pile. I believe it was Evans who was going to be penalized for an infraction on Vive. McGill, I believe, went after Evans, who's on the bottom. Doug Wilson trying to keep Raglan off. And I believe it would be Evans and McGill on the bottom of this pile with 2:44 to go. Side and Cox back for it. He clears it off. Manson to center ice. Dave Manson with a puck. Now behind the play, Vive and Cox. There'll be penalties, and then Cox wants to fight Vive. Vive doesn't want to fight. Then Sanipass wants to get to Cox, and finally it'll be Cox and Manson in the main event, and Cox ends up on the bottom. Meanwhile, in the corner, it's Richter and Sanipass, and this is the best one of the night. And Dave Newell trying to get the other players away, as in the corner it's Richter and Sanipass. Sanipass, of course, a 20-year-old, a pure Indian, in his second NHL season, and they go down. Oh boy, we're going to have some fun this Saturday night at the arena, aren't we?
We got two more coming up this month, this Saturday at the arena, and the 26th back here.
Well, Rick Vive seems to get into things.
Starts things.
And gets out of things in a hurry, doesn't he? Has the stick in his hands always, and the helmet with a visor on. Meanwhile, Gingras and Noonan battling each other, and the crowd loves the effort by Everett Sanipass. He did all right for himself in that fight with Dave Richter.
Yes, he really did. Sanipass going right at Richter. See, blood over Sanipass.
Sanipass did all right. He got a little blood there. I'm not sure if it's his or Richter's. Boy, this crowd now going crazy. Manson will follow him down the stairs. And they're really into things here in Chicago. They've lost a lot of players, haven't they? Denis Savard, we talked about him at the start of the evening. 2 goals tonight for Chicago. Doug Wilson has been very instrumental for the Hawks. 2 of their goals in the power play. McKegney has the 2 for the Blues. 5 seconds to go. Puck at center ice. Fedorov with it. 2 seconds. Long shot. Caught by Pang. It's over. The Blackhawks win it. Their 9-game losing streak comes to an end. Only their 3rd win in the last 16 games. The 7th win of the season for the Chicago Blackhawks. They are a happy group, to say the least. For the Blues, who had come in, having won 4 out of 5, their 3-game road trip is even at a victory in Minnesota and a loss here in Chicago. They'll try to end it with a win Tuesday night in New Jersey. The final tonight, the Chicago Blackhawks 5, the